Record. Check, check, check. What's up, everybody? It's your boy DJ Spyda the Don. Of course, it's Facts. It's Facts podcast going on again. I'm back with a great friend, a great host, a great sister of mine, AiryA Music. What's up, sister?
What is up, my good friend? Living, staying COVID-19 free. I hope y'all staying COVID-19 free as well. Being safe, spend some time with yourself, get to know you, pick up a hobby, make you some money from the house. Just be safe.
Look, you can't tell them no more than what you're already telling them. You're giving them some good ass advice. That's all I'm saying. Like, if they're not prepared to take that advice, I don't know what the hell they talking about. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, so I know you've been staying up to date with hip hop. Of course, I'm always up to date with hip hop, and I think that we have a lot to talk about today. I'm really excited because I think we all know that there's so much going on right now in the world, not just in music, but let's just even talk about stuff that we've been seeing in the news. You know what I mean?
Can I just say this real quick? Carol Baskin
killed her fucking husband. What?
She killed her husband. She whacked him. But shout out to Meg Thee Stallion. She dropped a Savage remix with Queen B on it. You know what I'm saying? TikTok is going crazy. I ain't learning them dances. I'm too old for that. But shout out to all the artists and all of the influencers, period, just using their platform to either bring notoriety to them or to a product that they're using, just using this time to really expand themselves and get themselves out there. Because we at the house, you know what I'm saying, chilling. So
just chilling. And like, you're right. Like, if you're not able to make content right now, then what are you doing? You're wasting time. It's go time. So the fact that even the people who are making the challenges for the TikTok, even the people who are doing this and that for the TikTok, no, they're the ones who are actually making culture. If culture's not being made, then what are we doing? We're just wasting time. So once again, you're right. Shout out Meg Thee Stallion. Shout out to all the people who are actually out there creating. You know what I mean? The creators are going to win through this because not only are you going to be able to create, but then you'll be able to catch those eyes that you were missing earlier. You know what I mean?
And we actually have time to sit and view the content and actually digest the content.
Exactly. As long as your content's good, there should be no problem with people being creative. You know what I mean? Especially like even if you're making a podcast, like It's Facts podcast. You can find this everywhere: Google Play, Spotify, Apple Music, Apple Podcasts. I mean Stitcher. Sorry, no shameless plug. But,
very aware.
Very aware. No shame. But if you're making the dances, if you're making music, if you're making music videos, if you're making TikToks, if you're just making what else? Anything that you're being creative is going to be of value because let's be real, ESPN ain't got no sports right now. You know what I'm saying? They just got German soccer back. You know what I mean?
I ain't gonna cap. I be on YouTube for like hours at a time now. So shout out to all the YouTube content creators. Make sure you plug your YouTube channels, people, because we on YouTube, and now you got your YouTube where you can connect it to the TV. You can look at the YouTube and all that good stuff. So make sure you plug in your YouTube, your social media platforms, but definitely YouTube so you can get paid off your content. You know what I'm saying? Get them watch hours up.
Get them watch hours up. Let's be talking about YouTube, iTunes, Instagram. We already know what the biggest story on Instagram has been, the Versus series. First off, I didn't get to talk to you about the Erykah Badu and Jill Scott one. So first, let's talk about that one. What was that like for you? Did you enjoy it? What was your thoughts on it? You know what I mean? Tell me.
First of all, that was like a Saturday morning cleaning session for me. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to the queens, Jill Scott and Erykah Badu, because that wasn't a battle. You know what I'm saying?
Those two good vibes.
That was a soul session right there. That's what you call real music.
You could have saged the whole time and not missed anything.
Man, I know for a fact somebody made a bomb meal or cleaned their house while that music was going on, man. And the fact that they were actually celebrating each other and the stories that they were telling, and the fact that the first thing that Jill Scott wrote was for Erykah Badu. That's the only thing Erykah Badu has ever sung from somebody else. I think that's crazy.
That's insane. Like how big of an honor is that? Like, okay, Jill, you wrote this song for me. You're the only person that's sang a song that's written. And then they're going to each other. They're telling each other like, oh, I love you. You're beautiful. Like, you know what I mean? It was so nice. I felt like a better person after that. You know what I mean?
Exactly. And with the industry that pits women against each other, it was just something that was refreshing and something that was definitely needed, especially during this time of so much uncertainty. It was just the whole vibe. It was just the energy I think that everybody needed.
Yeah, I think that was great. I really, like I said, I really enjoyed it just because of the fact that I knew after this situation that it was just going to get better. You know what I mean? So I'm excited. I was really excited for that. So I enjoyed it. It was like I wanted it to be a little bit more competitive, but with those two type of women, you're not going to get that. You're going to get something that's soulful and like you'll get something that you make you feel good. It was a really good feel good versus for me. Like, I enjoyed it. But let's talk about the most recent verses. I know you probably got a lot of opinions on this Nelly versus a Ludacris versus.
I sure do.
Okay.
Wait, before I say my opinion, who do you think won?
Ludacris.
Of course, Christopher won.
Christopher
Bridges completely won.
What was his radio name?
What is it? Is it Love? Mr. Love
Mr. Lover
something?
Lover.
Yeah, or something like that.
Yeah, Mr. Lover Lover, yeah.
You could tell he was a DJ by the way he set up his set list.
Yeah.
The way he played off of what Nelly would play or how he would introduce the songs. You could tell Ludacris used to be a DJ.
Yeah, his sequencing was on point. You could
definitely tell.
Sequencing was on point. I think Ludacris won it, not just so much as Nelly just didn't prepare. Not prepare, but Nelly just didn't really. I feel like he wasn't really trying to really turn up or like, cause like I don't feel like he was really like going after it. You know what I mean? I think he tried to make it. Yeah, I think he tried to make it a little bit too much. Huh?
He was very lit. Let's be clear. I don't know what was in that cup.
It wasn't even what it was. What he was smoking and what was in the cup.
That's true. That is very true.
You mean it wasn't just the drink. It was the smoke too. You know, he was feeling it. Then his internet was whack, but.
Hey, I'm gonna give him a pass because they said it was a really bad storm coming through the Lou at the time. So okay. I'm gonna give him a pass. On that.
I'll give him a pass on that.
But he could have been a little bit more focused in battle mode. He was on vibe mode. Exactly. Bit too much for me.
Like I get like the ladies anthems he was playing. We get it, but you're not going at homeboy neck. You know what I'm saying? And we know you went diamond too many times to let Ludacris. I don't even think he played tip drill.
He did. He played tip drill, but when he played it, it was during the technical difficulty.
Oh,
so
man.
It might have, for some people, it kind of got lost in the sauce. But I mean, Nelly played a couple songs that nobody really knew what those songs were. Like nobody, we were like, fam.
Yeah, I even do this one. Like, I feel like Nelly and Ludacris, they're too big of an artist to be playing no feature records. Like. Yeah. I'll be real with you, like T-Pain, he was a hook master. So I get you playing some features for T-Pain, all right? But Nelly and Luda, y'all was ringing off in the club by y'allself going diamond and platinum.
That part.
Like, I don't want to hear no features. I mean, I damn near barely want to hear Just a Dream. Barely want to hear I'm being 100.
Yo.
I barely want to hear that shit.
He played over and over again. He played Just a Dream and not over and over again. He should have played over and over again, man. Like, come on, right? He had so many records that he didn't play that he should have played.
That, and especially those records that Ludacris has no response to.
Exactly. Like, too many records, Luda, he just followed it up with, like, Luda, don't get me wrong, Luda got the bangers.
He got bangers.
I feel like Nelly has the hits as far as numbers-wise. But Luda, he got that. I don't know what it is. I think it's his flow and the way he says things. The bangers that he come out with, I don't care if you play it now or 20 years from now, it's gonna hit every single time.
Oh. I'll put it this way. I'm looking at an article right now of Hip Hop DX that says 10 songs that Nelly should have played, and there's some of these songs on here that I agree. So I'm gonna go through the songs I really agree about. Okay.
Yes, sir.
So. One of the songs I really super agree about, you already said Over and Over Again, which is one of them.
Like, how could you not play that, yo? That's one of your biggest records.
One of your biggest records. How about this? Batter Up.
Yeah.
Should have played Batter Up.
He should have.
And that verse is him like really not just singing, but he's really rapping on that verse.
Exactly. Like he be sleeping on himself. Like he should have. I don't know. He should have looked at his set one more time. I don't even know if he was going off a set.
I think he was just going off a vibe, which is like horrible.
I think he was.
Midwest Swing. It's a Midwest Swing, y'all.
Yeah, he could have replaced that. Yeah,
could have played that, and then another song he should have played. I am number one.
Bro, the fact that he didn't play that, I was like, "Are you serious, bro?"
Exactly, I would have played that.
That was the record.
The record, yeah. All the other records they have on here, like maybe Stepped on My J's. I can't remember.
He could have, after he played Air Force Ones, he should have played Stepped on My J's because that would have proved the point that he changed the culture again.
Exactly. I think those are the records for me. I wouldn't have cared about playing the Girlfriend remix, but other than those are the songs. Like Batter Up should have been played. Number one, Midwest Swing, and like what the other one I said. Like I feel like there's some songs he slept, like you said, he slept on himself. But you know what can you do? What can you do, Nelly? Come on, man.
And I feel like a lot of his bangers, he didn't start playing until the end.
Well, I think
it's like you should have.
Yeah.
Should have came a little bit harder, man. Come on.
But also, I think that was a part of his strategy. I think his strategy was to like force Luda to not play his hardest records to the very end. So because he knew his bigger records was harder at the very end. I think because I feel like Ludacris has the more club street records. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Like Ludacris had more street oriented, club oriented records. Like Hot in Here. Yeah. Let's not complain. Like Nelly has big records, but they were radio records, like radio huge records that crossed over. But Ludacris's music, even though we weren't in the clubs at the time, let's preface that. I just feel Ludacris's records honestly were just more ready for BET, more ready for like
the house parties,
exactly. Like I think he made more records like that, you know.
Luda played the records you wanna get lit to with your homeboys. I think Nelly had the records that when you riding in the car with your people, whether it be your family or your friends, that you hop on the highway and just vibe to it. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
But Luda, he had that real ATL, Dirty South vibe. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly. And it's one of those things like until you were in there with him. You know what I mean? I can't understand what Nelly. If we was in there with Nelly, I would slap the fire out of him. Let's be real. But like, what are you doing, fam? This is the internet. They ain't gonna never let you live this shit down. But
they was calling him Nelly Riley, bro. I was like, Lord.
But
like Nelly.
But at least he wasn't like looking around like, can you hear me? Can you hear me? Can you hear me?
He definitely was doing that.
It wasn't as Ludacris was saying that to him. Hey, Nelly Mo, you still there? I was like, damn, come on. Let Nelly live.
Killing him,
yo, Nelly.
Carrie Hilson was lit the whole live though. I ain't even cap.
Yeah,
especially when they play "Pimpin' All Over the World." You know, Ludacris says, "Sing it, hoes." And she in the comments, she's talking like, "Yeah, that was me singing in the background. I was the hoes. My mama was so proud."
Kelly Rowland was in the chat too when Nelly played that song for at the very end.
Dilemma. See, if he wouldn't have played that, the whole internet would have rioted right there and there. When it went ham. You cannot not play Dilemma. Dilemma to me is like one of Nelly's biggest hits, period.
You know what I would have done if I was Nelly? I would have slow walked him until I could get to my bigger hot street records.
That's what he should have did.
I would have hit him with the over and over again. I would have hit him with the Dilemma. What was the other country record he played that I talked about earlier?
He played what was that? Just a Dream.
Just a Dream. I would have slow walked him, and then once I would have got the country grammar, I would have turned up Hot in Here, Chip Drill. I would have started hitting them back to back to back. Because I would force Ludacris to match my energy until I know I can just take over. You know what I mean?
That part.
And that's real. Ludacris got songs like that, but he don't got as massive, slower songs as Nelly does.
Exactly. And I think Luda, because he kept changing the tempo, he was able to use that to his advantage.
Yeah, but Nelly, there were some that Nelly had a chance to take the advantage of, but when you don't have when once the internet was messing up, the momentum kind of switched on him. So he was trying to do
Mm.
that, but then the momentum wasn't there because the internet was like, "Yo, this is trash." Like, come on, bro.
Somebody was like, who they said was outside? I forgot. It was like, I think they said Jay Quan or somebody was outside on Nelly roof cutting the wires.
Cutting
I
the
was like,
wires.
y'all tripping.
No, it was Chingy. It was Chingy.
Oh, chingy, a chingy.
That's still crazy, man. But I think honestly, this versus thing has been dope. I think it's gonna get better because they even talking about trying to get Eminem on it. They're talking. I'm,
I ain't gonna cap, man. They was talking about doing LL, and I'm like, man,
who,
people sleep
wait.
on
Who you putting up him against? Who you putting up against LL?
how much of a. See, at one point they were saying LL versus Ice Cube, and at first I was like, what? But when they explained it, I was like, okay, that makes sense. That
Okay.
makes sense.
What was the explanation?
So basically, they were saying they want to get more West Coast artists in here, right?
Yeah.
You can't do Dre.
Can't
Dre's a
do
cheat
Dre.
code,
Yeah.
you know. But there was like, think of who at one point in time was the king of New York, who was really setting all the records back in New York. And are like, and Snoop Dogg was the one who suggested this. He was like LL Cool J, because people forget they think of LL now, but they don't understand how he pioneered the way for hip hop on not even just the East Coast, but in general when he
Yeah.
first came out in the 80s.
He was the
And they were
first
like,
like real crossover, um, ladies
rapper.
man hip hop rapper. Really.
Exactly. He was the first artist on Def Jam, the first artist on Def Jam. He took Def Jam to new heights, and then he was the one who crossed over to Columbia and took them to new heights.
Facts.
And
Facts.
then you got Ice Cube, the Ice Cube, Mr. NWA, who
Mm-hmm.
has a longevity and who changed the culture, not just on the West Coast, but in gangster rap, period. So they were like, if you put these two heavyweights from each coast versus each other, because they both got the catalog to
I don't
do it.
know. Here's my one issue against that. They're so different. It's not a fair comparison.
But see, that's what they were saying, because they were saying the same thing if Snoop Dogg and Busta Rhymes went together. They were like, people would expect you to put them against artists that sound like them, but when you put them against artists that don't necessarily sound like them, you force them to figure out what am I going to play to counteract what this other person is going to play.
Okay, I understand. Like I get that. I get that. Like I understand that mindset. But I would like who would I put up against? Let's put Snoop Dogg for example. Snoop Dogg, gangster rapper, but he's a worldwide icon. I'll put Snoop Dogg against 50 Cent. Know what I'm saying?
I wouldn't.
Why?
I think Snoop has a leverage on him because of his longevity, because of when Snoop came in the game versus when 50 came in the game. They're both icons and they both did their thing. But Snoop has at least a decade of a career in hits over 50.
Okay.
So he has a little bit more to work with than 50 does. And 50 hasn't really put out, I ain't gonna say bangers, but he hasn't been as consistent on the music tip as Snoop Dogg.
Okay, but you have to give him a better matchup. I just don't think I just don't think it makes sense for me to have LL Cool J versus Ice. Like, okay, they both are rappers who turned into like movie and TV icons, right? Mm-hmm. So in that sense, they do kind of match up. They crossed over in that way, which kind of makes them kind of similar. But as far as their catalog, you know what I mean?
I will say this though, because like I said, Snoop Dogg is the one who suggested it. Because he was like, he not going against Cube. Cube is his OG. He learned just about everything he knows from Cube and Drake. So that doesn't make sense for him to go against his mentor. So he was like, that's a wrap. But he was like, I'm telling you, LL and Cube, because they're like, they forget who was the hardest rapper out of New York at one point in time, who came out with the hits, who came out with the diss tracks, who was the Mr. Heavyweight before he started making all that music for the ladies. Yeah. And they were like, it was LL, because at one point in time, back then, LL was the hardest one, coming out of New York as far as like rappers. Yeah. Not just saying bar wise, I'm talking about Mr. I get with you what's happening, that LL. So
Yeah.
I mean he got that part of his career, but he also has a part where he's dedicated to the ladies. So I don't know.
Of course. But it's all about like, I don't know. We'll have to see what happens. I'm kind of sad they didn't let the 3 6 Mafia, Bone Thugs and Harmony one go. Um,
Yeah.
that's kind of, they made Timbaland and Swizz reached out to them and like, yo, we're gonna do it on our platform, right? So that whole day, DJ Paul was like, oh, we're gonna do it on Versus, but now there's people leapfrogging DJ Paul and Bone Thugs. So it's like, put them boys on the schedule, bro. Don't put them on the back burner. Let them go. If you don't told them not to play, let them play. You know what I mean? Get them out the way.
That part.
Because Go ahead.
I'm ready for 112 and Jagged Edge though. I don't care what nobody say. 112, Jagged Edge, J. I'm going with J.
I'm going with first off, I love Peaches and Cream, but I bought that Jagged Edge album. Let's be real.
Exactly. Let's go.
I bought that Jagged Edge, Jagged Little Thrill. I got that album.
Man.
I got
all the Jagged Edge albums I have listened to. So I'm J all day. 112, don't get me wrong. 112 is 112, but
they got busy.
Jagged Edge is Jagged Edge.
That's facts. So I'm looking forward to more verses. Verses has actually been like something I really kind of like really impressed about. You know what I'm saying? Because not a lot of things really come and stick especially when you dealing with the internet. But that really has like just from them like Swizz Beatz and Timbaland talking about DJ playing music. Remember this battle thing was going to be on the internet a couple years ago.
Mm-hmm.
But now it's like really now that nobody else got something to go against. You know what I'm saying? Nothing else to do. The verse is actually showing appreciation for these legends. You know what I mean?
And to all the legends out there, I think you should do it because it reintroduces the younger generation to your catalog. Because I feel like sometimes we forget about certain songs because we haven't heard them in a while. When we tune into verses, and especially because they release like the playlist afterwards,
facts.
It's like, dang, bro, I forgot all of this music was out here, and it's just like I can listen to it and get my nostalgic, feel on, but I can also put on the younger generation, like, yeah, this right here, this is real music.
Yeah, this is exactly this is what we vibe to. This is what we party to. Not even just that, like, I think like they need to bring out because now these kids they think these artists that they listen to now came up with this stuff off their head. Like
exactly.
Like you see artists like, oh, why do I remember that song is in this song? Like even Pop Smoke done sampled Ariana Grande. You know what I'm saying? I was like, oh, he did sample Ariana Grande. Like just listen to the song. So I think really once artists get a mindset and understanding of like, yo, this will introduce me to a new audience. This will introduce me to people who know of me but never heard of my music back then. Like people still like, oh, don't even know that Will Smith was Mr. Big Willie, Mr. Fresh Prince. They hear the song at the cookout and they totally don't understand. It misses context. You know what I mean?
Some of these kids don't even understand how much of a gangster Ice Cube was. I'm like, nah, we gotta put y'all on. We have to put y'all on because y'all super sleep right now.
Exactly. Y'all think he was just Mr. Are we there yet? Nah.
Mm-mm.
I mean, he was Mr. West Coast all the way. I will jump you and tell the cops to suck my D on the way out. You know what I mean? So, but luckily he also got that chance with the movie though. So,
I want a label versus a label on Versus.
If you're gonna do that, the only one I would accept. I know you're not gonna get this. Bad Boy versus Death Row. That's the only one that will work for me. I don't care about nothing else. Like we're not gonna get it. It'll bring up old wounds. You know what I'm saying? It's like that's the only one that people care about, or like Aftermath versus somebody. You know what I mean?
I kind of want No Limit
versus
Cash Money. I do, but I want a time limit on it. I don't want them to be able to like throw in Nicki and Drake. I want
the 99 for the Nat 3000.
Yeah,
that edition.
I want that No Limit versus Cash Money. For the South, for the culture of the South, I want that.
And then, what we gonna do? So Def or Slip and Slide?
No.
No, come on, man.
No.
We gotta have slip and slide in there
No.
somewhere.
Um, I don't think So So Def versus Slip and Slide is a fair match.
Well, let's be real. So Def sold way more records than Slip and Slide
Yeah.
because they had a
Don't
boy
get
named Bow Wow. You know what I'm saying?
I think So So Def. I think Slip and Slide had a resurgence towards the later years after So So Def, the actual record label, wasn't really putting out music. So I think it's kind of skewed for me.
Yeah.
Because it's like they still So So Def had their artists and then Slip and Slide still had their big artists. But I think their time periods are kind of wonky though.
Yeah. Yeah. And also it's a different it's like they're not in the same ballpark with music. Like I think the No Limit versus Cash Money, they're in the same time period of their height. They're the same. They're two labels from the same city. Their rivalry was really real. Even though they're friendly, the rivalry was still really real. Like I don't know if you'll ever see Baby and Master P in the same room. Like
Listen,
ever. Like even though they say on TV ain't no beef, but you know some of them boardrooms like this boy Baby out here, we got beat. You know in the boardroom they was talking that smack. So
especially being from Louisiana, man, come on.
Yeah, come on, man. They gotta do that. But let's talk about something else like that was going on in the internet. Did you catch all 10 episodes of the Michael Jordan story?
I'm gonna be very honest. I did not catch all 10 of them.
Oh!
However, from the parts that I did see, I like it. Mm-hmm. I feel like my homie pimping, Scotty, Mr. Scotty. Yeah. I don't know. I just feel like Scotty don't be getting his credit all the time like he deserves it. That's just my opinion though.
But the thing is, I think the most important thing about that whole situation is that Jordan has said like there wouldn't be no me if it weren't for Scotty on it. You know what I mean?
That's true.
He also said he gave it. I think everybody on the thing he gave their big ups to, their flowers to, like everybody he could. Like he gave Steve Kerr's flowers. He gave Tony Kukoc his flowers. He gave Phil his flowers. You know what I mean? So I think he gave everybody he gave Dennis Rodman his flowers. But I think he gave anybody on the team who really, really made a difference to him. Like who made him who he was. You know what I'm saying? He gave them their flowers. So
I'm happy about it though. Like overall, I'm happy because I feel like now people who are younger than us understand the impact of Jordan, why he is Mr. Basketball, why people like Jordan is the guy. Like, don't get me wrong. I'm a LeBron fan, so you know what I'm saying. But I think people understand now how like people go hard for Bron, why so many people went hard for Jordan.
Of course, I think the most important thing is that people understand like what made Jordan the person that these guys stand on his shoulder. Like, what makes these guys all want to be like Mike? Why was there an international campaign about being like Michael Jordan? Why? Yep. And like these kids, they know the shoes, but they don't know the reason why he was the best ever. So, of course, like I think it's important to have that story be told, and it was really entertaining. Like I feel like they, even with the time skips, they made sure the time skips were made to be relevant to whatever part of the story they were telling. So like we got the Space Jam story, we got the flu game story, we got the Dennis Rodman going to Vegas story. You know what I mean? We got the Scottie Pippen, I'm not going in the game, the final in the playoff story. You know what I'm saying? You got the story about his dad dying. You got the stories about all the big shots. I think like it's a way of understanding who Michael Jordan was. And a lot of these kids who are younger than us probably only saw Michael Jordan when he was in his 40s, still dropping 20 points. You know what I'm saying? There's people who are like 20 years old in the NBA barely dropping 20 points a game. Michael Jordan was 40 years old in the NBA, was averaging 20 points. Still balling on kids. You know what I mean? So
I think it's great to see the other side of Michael Jordan. I feel like especially these days he's very private. Mm-hmm. And it was cool to see him so open and free and just like being him, you know, not just Mr. Basketball, but like actually just being Michael. You know what I'm saying?
And actually, and one thing I liked about that is that you got his legitimate reaction.
Yeah.
Like his reaction to like Gary Payton saying like I was just trying to wear him out. He's like he just laughed. He goes, I had no problem with the glove. What? Gary Payton, one of the best all time defenders in the NBA. You talk about he was just a gnat, like it was nobody. Like it's insane. It's insane. But I love the story. I think we need more of that. Are there any players you're looking forward to in 20 years getting their dog?
Bron. What? I want to see LeBron. I want to see Wade. I want to see.
You know what? I'll put it this way. I just want to see a story on the first big three: LeBron, Wade, and Chris Bosh, and they're like that whole not how it came together, but how like the intricacies of it. You know what I'm saying? Of the big three.
I want to see Chris Bosh truly get his flowers. I think the way his career ended was unfortunate, but I really want to see Chris get his flowers. But I have Shaq growing up because I used to play basketball for years. Shout out to my point guards out there, you dig?
You handle the rock pretty well.
You know, handle game stupid, but Shaq was my favorite player growing up. Like I absolutely love Shaq. So I want to see Shaq get his for sure. Because not even just like, I think of him as an awesome basketball player, but I also think of him as an awesome businessman. So just to get into the mind of Shaq in that kind of setting, I think would be dope. And I think it would be imperative for people in the younger generation to definitely see that. And even just people in general. Because the man, he can play ball. You know, his free throw's terrible. But he has...
His golf game is better than Charles Barkley's. Though he wants to go to bed, go to the grave, saying that his golf game is better than Charles Barkley.
Hey man, I feel like Shaq can do anything. He put his mind to it, and he puts his mind to a lot of things, and he gets the job done.
Facts. So I agree with that. I want to see that doc. I think I want more sports documentaries in general. I'm looking forward to, even though as much as I hate the Patriots, I look forward to that documentary. I just gotta say this real quick. I don't care what anybody says. I'm not calling Tampa Bay. It's just not. I refuse. As much as they tortured the Jacksonville Jaguars, as we almost made the Super Bowl twice.
Exactly.
And we got stopped by Tom Brady both times.
I'm saying, Tom, look, man, chill out, bro.
You finally became a Florida boy. We barely like you now, so chill.
Exactly. But shout out to my boy Jameis for getting picked up by the Saints. Facts. Go ahead, ball out. Eat all the crawfish, crab legs, all that you can while you in New Orleans.
Let's be real. You get better seafood in New Orleans anyway.
Exactly, bro. You gotta worry about nobody else. Eat your seafood and go to practice.
Yeah. Now that you got your eyes corrected, you can throw better.
That's crazy, bro. Like that man gonna get his eyes fixed just to see Tom come through the door and he have to walk out.
I mean,
but hey, man,
it don't matter. I think he's gonna be fine. I think he'll be okay. So, like, I think honestly, it's better for Jameis out there. I also think Jameis. This ain't a sports podcast, by the way, but I really think Jameis is gonna be better off. The one person I'm really worried about is Cam Newton not getting signed.
I am very worried about Cam.
Yeah, Cam Newton deserves to be signed. You know what I'm saying?
I don't know what he would land, but I hope he lands somewhere that will allow him to unlock the next level of his career. Yeah, man, it's an unfortunate situation, but I really hope he bounced back and then he gets to a team that appreciates him and wants to build Cam back up to where we know he can be.
Exactly, and it's just like you said, it's unfortunate, but we both know that Cam deserved to be on a roster, like
for sure,
bro. You're a Jaguars fan. I'm a Jaguars fan.
Listen,
Gardner Minshew is not the answer. Like
I don't know, man.
Gardner Minshew is not the answer. I'm sorry.
I don't know, the mustache. I think if he gets the right QB coach, I do think he can be one of the long-time QBs in the league. I think he's focused, he's passionate enough. I think he has the skills. I just think he needs to be developed more. I really think Gardner, I think he can do it. I don't know if he's going to be the guy for Jacksonville, but I think he can at least get us to a point where we're ready for the guy.
We had that all that time with Blake Bortles. We said the same thing.
Hey, Gardner is not Blake. He's trust me. He's not Blake.
We got rid of my man. Who was the quarterback that led us against the black guy? Who's the black quarterback?
Dave Garrard.
We got rid of Dave Garrard way too early.
Nah. See, that was the O-line fault. The man can't throw if he on his back the whole game.
Yeah, Dave Garrard deserved better.
He did.
And then
he totally did.
We messed up with Byron Leftwich, his old
Byron Leftwich messed himself up.
His old slow, long wind up. But then like I saw what worked. But let's be real, AiryA. What works in Jacksonville? We're off on a tangent. What works in Jacksonville is guys like Mark Brunell.
Yeah.
Hardworking, throws the ball well, and they have a good running game. That's what Jacksonville has been built on.
That's Gardner right there. I'm telling you, get a homie some more development. I'm telling you, he gonna be a weapon because he can throw the ball and the boy know how to scramble a little bit.
It makes no sense if you don't got no star receivers out there. That's all I'm saying. We had Jimmy Smith with you know what I'm saying?
We struggling.
Right. The receiver core is trash. But anyway, let's get back to music.
Game got to get together.
Let's get back to music, all right? You got something that you want to add real quick before we go on to the next topic, or you got another topic you want to talk about?
Mozzie.
Okay.
Mozzie's album. I love it.
I agree with you. I had not heard his album. I've heard his music. So tell me about Mozzie's album. We'll go over some other albums real quick.
So Mozzie's album is West Coast all day. It's true to Mozzie. It's gangster rap. I love it. He's true to himself. He has so many bangers on there. I love his features he got on there. I think they fit perfectly for him. I'm excited that he finally dropped the album. If you haven't heard Mozzie's, I believe it's Bulletproof. Please go check out Mozzie. It's real West Coast gangster rap, man. That's all I can say. It's just the new version of it. You know, the beats, West Coast, the flow, West Coast, and it's just true to himself. And I feel like a lot of people, especially people coming from the hood, can definitely relate to a lot of things that he's talking about on the album.
I mean, Mozzie, when I come across Mozzie's stuff, I think one of the best thing he does is he might be speaking plain. Not like he doesn't try to give you wow you lyrically. Let's not trying to be rude to him, but he's not a super lyrical miracle rapper, but he's more about the feeling you get and him like his words hitting you. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
Like you said,
Mozzie will give you a story for sure.
Exactly. So I think like that's where he excels at, and that's really where he needs to be. He doesn't try to be anything other than himself, which any rapper I think should be. Like, of course, you know, you have these rappers nowadays who just talk about all the jewelry. They don't talk about their life. They talk about, oh, I got money. Oh, I got the cars. Because I got all this, I get the girls. Cool. What information are you giving me besides that?
Exactly.
That's why I don't really care about Rich the Kid, to be honest with you. Anyway.
Shots fired.
Facts. All right, so I'm going to listen to Mozzie's album, but I'm going to go through these albums, and I'm going to give you my one line, and then you can give me your opinion on it. Right?
Okay.
Nav's album, Good Intentions. I mean, was it? Is it not? It's not. Good Intentions is the deluxe. I think it's let me double check what the name of this album is. Nav's album is named. Why is my Spotify just changed? Okay, cool. I also listen to Thundercat, by the way. Thundercat's album is good.
Bad Habits. For the people who have not been on Thundercat and y'all been sleeping, please wake yourselves up.
All right, yeah. So stop. My phone gonna go off for playing music. So it's Nav's album is called Good Intentions. So I had to make sure I was doing my facts. His album came across to me as better than expected. Because like you said, he's one of those rappers who they talk about jewelry all the time and flossing all the time. But this album surprisingly had a lot of substance. So it was way better than expected.
It's Nav.
Yeah, Nav. Did you hear the album?
That guy. I didn't hear the whole thing. I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm trying to make myself listen to Nav. He's not a bad artist. I don't know. It's Nav.
It's Nav. Okay.
It's Nav.
It's Nav. Future's album.
The Toxic
Let,
King.
oh yeah, look, I said album gives me the toxic masculinity vibe I needed, but he still needs to get back to Monster or DS2 strength to be my king.
Period.
Because I feel like it's watered down.
It is. It definitely is. But I feel like Future does this thing where he drops like a whole bunch of music and then he'll come with a banger. I feel like he makes so much music that it's like
He'll fall into one.
Yeah, it's like eventually you're just like you'll stumble across something.
I agree with you. there. Kalani's album. First off,
shout out to Taurus Queen Kalani, you know what I'm saying? Taurus Gang.
First off, album cover is fire. That thing fat. Anyway, it's a fire album. It's a female toxic album of the year. But
whoa, toxic.
but doesn't beat out Division for my favorite R&B album.
Okay.
Okay.
I can get Okay, sonically, yeah, I can get yeah.
Okay.
Sonically, I can agree with that.
Our boy Durkio, Lil Durk.
I'm not gonna lie, I did not listen to the new Durk yet.
Okay, I'm gonna give you my opinion.
Okay.
My first time ever giving a full project to listen for him.
Really?
Yes. But I see the appeal. Solid album. I get it. I this is my first time fully listening to him. I get it. I understand why people like him.
I like Durk. I do. I just haven't gotten a chance to listen to that album yet.
It's a solid project. He's a good storyteller. His version of that type of Chicago music is not as basic as some other people make it to be.
Mm-hmm.
He actually comes with some complexity and some feeling. Okay, so that's why I vibe with him. There's some feeling on that. Young Thug and Chris Brown.
Breezy.
Thoughts on it?
First of all, I mean, it's Breezy and it's Thugger. I don't know, some people might not like this. I think Young Thug is to an extent, he's a genius when it comes to melodies. Thug knows his lane. He's not trying to be the most lyrical person. He just wants it to sound good. I don't think it's the best album ever. I think it's a project that you listen to in the summer while you're trying to get lit and live your best life. I think Breezy and Thugger is the combination I didn't know I needed. I'll be very honest.
Okay, I'm going to be 100 with you, all right?
Mm-hmm.
All right. Album was okay. All right. But in the proper setting, it will go off. I need it playlisted at a kickback.
For sure. That's not the album I just go to. I'm like, all right, let's put on this Breezy and Thugger. It's like, nah, I'm gonna go to this kickback. I'm gonna go to this club. I'm trying to, get my vibe on. I'm trying to pregame.
Exactly.
That's what I'm trying to do.
Exactly. That's exactly what my mindset is. Like, I just need some music in the background to get the girls feeling good so I can feel good. And they're gonna vibe. So I'm a vibe.
It's a vibe.
Yes. Okay, Division's album.
R&B gold.
Loved every second of it. From how the music styles changed and then how they attacked the subject matter. You know what I mean? They came at it from a very different, depending on whatever the beat was giving them, they gave it a different energy. You know what I mean?
I think sequence is what really propelled this album, besides, of course, they're crazy talented. But I think a lot of artists mess up their albums by not putting the proper track lists. And I think they did that.
It's facts. Facts on that. Don Toliver.
I have not listened to that one yet. I'm not gonna lie to you. Don Toliver, dope, period. One of my homies put me on last year, actually. I haven't listened to it yet though.
All right, so you said the same thing. Great album, period. First time listening to him ever for me. So yeah, I agree with you. First time ever listening to Don Toliver. I was blown away. His album made him. Don Toliver's album, Division's album, those two albums out of the list I wrote right here have made my best of 2020 so far.
Okay. Okay.
Honestly, because just because if I can really register a feeling for the album, like without needing a second listen, but then when I listen a second time, I really like it.
Mhm.
I play it again. We already talked about the Baby's album, so we ain't gonna go there.
Yeah.
By the way, Thundercat's album was the first album I heard from him.
Where have you been?
Thundercat, I'm sorry. I was asleep. I'm sorry. But you know what? I'm here now. Just funky. And I'm mad. You know what? I'm mad that anybody who listens to Childish Gambino didn't tell me about Thundercat.
First of all, if you were listening to Childish, how did you not stumble across Thunder? Just saying.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. That's all I can say. But yeah, I think even Polo G's album was pretty good. Polo G's album was actually pretty good. So other than that, like I feel really good about where music is going into 2020, even though there's no real chance to get shows, there's no real chance to go out like really enjoy this music outside. And that's the biggest frustration thing of this quarantine for me. Like I want to get out and hear this music so I know I have more confidence in playing it myself. Like seeing how I play it and seeing people's reaction from it will give me more confidence in like how good it is. You know what I'm saying?
I will say this. I am a TDE fan. Reason has been out here doing his thing for sure. If you're not on Reason, please go check out Reason. Reason is that guy. Isaiah Rashad. If you don't drop this album, bruh, on everything, bro, we're gonna have some problems, bruh.
You ain't gonna put no hands on him.
We need that, bruh. Hey, look, drop the album, bruh. Make them drop the album. We need it.
I feel you. I think I'm just happy. Like even with the quarantine, and I feel like artists, the ones that really care, are gonna find a way to drop dope projects. Like JoJo's album, by the way, Flames.
Shout out to JoJo.
JoJo, you think that she was just that little girl who was just singing? Like, nah, bro. She actually had some good, sexy, sensual music. It was fire. Like,
first of all, when JoJo dropped that Marvin's Room remix,
yeah,
I knew she was gonna murder every R&B thing that she came out with after that, and she been doing it.
Exactly, and I feel like artists who are like, she's talking about like when I heard her interview, she talked about like, yo, I've been recording for myself, teaching myself how to engineer. I send it off, or I need some more tweaks. Like, I think honestly, artists are really they need to take advantage of this time. Like, we're getting to a point now in 2020 where not just because it's facts and not just because the podcasts are taking off, but artists are going to trying to find a way to be really creative. Like we talked about Machine Gun Kelly that one time, how he's being creative, how he's revitalizing his career via the internet. Like, I really think that 2020 is going to show who really cares about music as artists. Like you're going to have these artists that just churn out just cookie cutter shit. You know what I mean? Like, just because it's out there, they're going to be throwing out music to stream, but you're going to see the eyes go to what actually people like.
I want to say this real quick. Shout out to Maya. First of all, she just got married. So shout out to Maya. But Maya actually took her time off.
My baby got married? Maya? M-Y-A Maya?
Yes, Maya. She took time out to learn how to produce, how to engineer, and she's already been a dope singer and a dope writer, and she produced her last project. It is out now. Please go support that. I believe Tink is on that project.
I'm disappointed.
She learned how to do everything herself.
I'm so
without
disappointed.
Any help. Shout out to Maya.
She got married without me. I was supposed to be the man she married, man.
My condolences to you. Congratulations, Maya. You know,
Maya, my heart broken, baby. You left me at the altar in my dreams.
I'm ready for this new Monica project, though. She got everybody in her. She got B-Cot. She got Jermaine Dupri. She got so many people from back in the day helping her with this project. So, Monica, please drop the new project because the streets need it.
I think, honestly, this is going to help older acts be relevant again. Like, this verse, not just the verses. Think about like just a time where people are starved for content.
Yes.
And also, Monica was talking about doing verses too. Like,
Brandy just dropped a new single, so this will be a perfect time. She got that new single with Chance the Rapper called Baby Mama.
yeah.
So I think Monica is finna drop a new album. Brandy just dropped a new song. I think I would love to see that versus. I'm Team Mo. I ain't even finna cap. I like Monica. I connect to Monica's catalog. They're both legends. They're both amazing singers. But I'm rocking with Mo all day.
I don't know. And that I'm gonna take Brandy. You know what I'm saying, I'm gonna take Brandy. I think in the beginning she won the "This Boy Is Mine" conversation anyway. Duh.
I don't know about that.
She did.
I gotta go with Mo on that one. I think Brandy definitely she got the hits. Both of them got hits. I just feel like I relate more to Monica, and every single Monica album, you know, I've listened to backwards and forwards. So I'm a little biased, but I gotta go with Mo.
Okay. Well, just to talk
she
streaming,
ain't as polished. You know, she a little country. You know what I'm saying? Man. That's why. That's Auntie Mo.
Auntie Mo. Okay, I'll let you have that. But to talk about streaming, man, let's get out the topic. You know, we love music. We can talk about that all day. We talked about sports. We could talk about music even longer. But I think, honestly, next thing I want to talk about, of course, is maybe not your favorite topic to talk about. Tekashi 6ix9ine, you know, he's calling out
Snitch
the bill.
Nine.
Huh?
Snitch 9.
Damn, girl. Come on. Calm down.
Snitch 9.
Calm down. I'll give him props that he's owning his issue as the only way he could. How do you feel about him trying to call out Billboard, man? That Billboard card is crazy.
I ain't giving that man no props. I'm just saying right now.
She signed to the streets.
You did. But no, honestly, I feel like he's pulling a crybaby card right now. And I think they tried. I feel like certain artists lately, especially because who beat him out for that spot or whatever.
It was Bieber and AiryA.
Do you really think you finna beat out just the
Biebs,
the Justin Bieber and Ariana Grande's fan base put together? Do you really think that
he's trying it. He's trying it. But honestly, I still think there is some credence to people buying spots on Billboard. I think that can happen.
I do think that can happen. I don't think that was the case on this one because I think if it was the case, he would have took the number one spot.
Exactly. And then also, I like Scooter Braun saying, "Oh, we looked at your most bot traffic on your YouTube video single."
And it's Snitch 9.
So, streaming farms are real. Like we talked about with my boy Venom. Streaming farms are real. Like I don't put it past anybody. If the internet can fake clicks, internet can fake streams easily.
It's not hard either.
Exactly. It's
definitely not.
So like in this whole situation, I really think that like there's some credence to it, but like him actually using that argument doesn't make any sense because he's benefiting from it in some way as well. You know what I mean? And also,
he's benefiting from it, and I think if what he was saying is true, he would have got the spot. He would have got the spot because they're putting so much money behind him to make him relevant. So it's just like, come on, bro.
And also, I think it's also a plea for relevance as well. Like he needs to do whatever it takes to stay in front of the people's eyes. His music is gonna do well because his audience doesn't care about what he did. Like I'll be real with you. I'm not his 100% supporter, but I do understand the rock and the hard place he was in that situation. You know what I mean? Like if dudes was smashing my baby mama, threatening my mom with death, and I wasn't a street kid, first off, I wouldn't be in that situation because I'm not signed to the streets. I wouldn't be trying to be signed to the streets. And also, I also get that even the street elements that I grew up around, when I was around the street elements, yo, Spyda, we about to do some shit. You're not a part of this life. Get out of here, bruh. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. They kept me. It's like if it wasn't for me, they kept me away. I mean, if it was for me, if I was with the shits, I was responsible for being with the shits.
Exactly.
So that's how I view it.
I understand his take. I definitely understand it. I don't have no sympathy for bro. The moment he put out that hit on Chief Keef,
he became a street nigga.
He became liable for anything that happened after that. I think he violated even before they began to do that thing. I do think he got the big head. And my thing is to everybody who, if you got a real OG,
They should pull you
don't let
aside.
people, don't let people buy their way into a situation. You know what I'm saying? You need to be able to earn your stripes, because this is what happens when you buy your way into the clique
But
instead of
the
earning
thing
your
is,
stripes.
let's not be stupid. Like, drug money do be running in the hip hop industry. So I get the drug money trying to be with the street dude, be in the music industry. But you got his manager, who was a street dude, needs to make sure Tekashi understands he needs to separate himself. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I think to an extent he understood.
No, the OG
but
got to
he
step
just got
in.
carried away.
The OG
He
got to step in. Like, you got to be like, yo, Shoulda, what's his name? Shoddy should have been like, yo, you ain't about that. That's not what we about. Don't try to push us around.
They should have put a muzzle on him.
Exactly. That's Shoddy's job. Shoddy's job is like, you work as, this is business that we do. The street shit, that's different. You doing business, you're not from the street. And that's Shoddy's job. You know what I mean? As his manager and as the OG street nigga. Like, if you're not doing that, Shoddy, you're wasting time. You let him be off the leash. Like,
when that Chief Keef thing happened, they should have shut him down. Period.
No, they should have shut him down before. Oh, because it's all talk before he made that situation.
Yeah.
It was all like, yo, I'm gonna do this. Oh, yo, no, this man Chief keep getting on my nerves. Nah, bro, sit it down.
Exactly.
That's
keep quiet. Stay in your place, bro.
Exactly.
This is not what you want.
Exactly. That's when you pull up on you squeeze him. That's when you squeeze him on the low that he knows he's not acceptable. Like, it's like me and my dog. When if I see Leon about to act wild, I gotta step in before he act wild, because then he gonna act wild and I look stupid after he act wild. I already look dumb once he's already committed the act. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Because it's like, this who you rocking with?
Exactly.
This what you got going on?
Exactly. And then on top of that, now he's in an element of like New York, but now nobody really wants to work with him. Like, people work with him, but it's not people from his city. He's never going to get support in New York. He's never going to be completely safe. He has to always live in a thing of a bravado. Like, he got exposed by these little white girls. You know what I'm saying? Like, he has no place really safe to call home. You know what I mean?
I would say this. I don't feel bad for him because he made his bed and he needs to lie in it. He needs to take full responsibility of it. But I do feel bad for his family.
Yeah.
Because they didn't ask for this. They didn't sign up for this. This is a decision that he made. But because of his decision, the people around him is completely affected by this for the rest of their lives.
And he apologized for that. But at the end of the day, your apology don't mean shit.
No, because their safety at all times is still going to be at risk, regardless of an apology or not. Because I know where I'm from, apologies like that don't mean nothing to the street cats. They don't care about that. They're going to come after whatever's closest to you. And that's going to be your family.
That's facts. And it's unfortunate, you know what I mean? But hopefully this money he's spending and all the contract he got is worth it. If he can, I'll be real with you. I'll be surprised if he's able to stay up on top of the charts during this whole year. If he does that, that's amazing. I got tip my hat off to him. If he's able to hit another number one, if he's able to hit another 20 million, however many views he got on the video Gooba, if he's able to do lives of 2 million people, you know what I'm saying?
I wouldn't be surprised, because I think the record company is going to do whatever they can to get their money. I just don't think it's going to happen organically. Honestly, like, I don't think it's gonna happen organically.
Okay. All right. Like, I can see where you're getting at. Ain't no issue with that, but we'll see, man. There's a lot more to see in 2020. Hopefully, this coronavirus clears up. You know what I mean? That's the most important thing, because he's not gonna get no radio support. His music ain't gonna be able to be on MTV. Ain't nobody streaming. No, I mean, he's not going to. All he has is streaming.
Payola.
That's all he had. No, I don't think a hip hop station will play his music.
A hip hop station, I doubt it. But I think a pop or a top 40 or something like that, I think they'll play it.
Not when you come at Billboard like that. They took down his
Oh,
artist
nah,
page.
nah,
You know what I'm
nah.
saying?
See, when he came at Billboard, he bit the hand that was feeding him. He should have just shut up.
Exactly. Like, so I think he shot himself in his own foot. I think honestly, it's crazy. Like, streaming is gonna take over. You know, I don't know if you heard the news, but like, one of the biggest podcasts in the world, the Joe Rogan Experience, they signed an exclusive deal with Spotify.
Spotify.
So, like, you know, you can see this It's Facts podcast on Spotify. Get that. By now you should be on that right now. And also,
and
like,
if you're not on that, get on Apple. You know what I'm saying?
Facts. Get on the bandwagon either way. You know what I mean?
And get on the YouTube.
Facts. Big facts. But I also think, like, when you look at everything, it's just one of those things. This era, like we talked about earlier. Whatever you got coming out needs to be hot, fast. Not hot and fast, but like it needs to come out hot. But it needs to come out in a way where people respect it, quality, hot and ready. You know what I mean? But it needs to come out in a way where people will respect it. But like, it's like, if you're coming out like Tekashi, there's no respect to it. But that's why it needs to be hot. If it's not hot, let's say if he finally drops a dud record, which, let's be real, he hasn't dropped a dud record, a single. You know what I mean?
I wouldn't know. I don't listen to bro. I'm not gonna lie to you.
I'm saying, like, when you look at the charts, everything is charted.
Mm-hmm.
So
it's like the Fetty Wap effect.
Yeah, as soon as he's done, as soon as like he gets a bad, let's be real, Fetty Wap has good records. Yes. But he's just not on top right now. As soon as Tekashi is not on top right now, he's done. Like, if he can make it to 2021 on top, I'll be very, very surprised.
You know, 2020 been a wild year, so you never know.
You never know. People are so content starved. You never know. You know what I mean? So we'll see. That's all I can say. We'll really have to see how 2020 pans out.
It's crazy, everybody. This is the year of vision. All right, we'll see. We gonna see.
You vision of watching your TV and the wall, paint dry on the wall. You know what I'm saying?
That part.
It's been. But honestly, before we get out of here, I want to say 2020 for me still is a year of vision. You know, I'm working on a whole bunch of different stuff, but it's the vision you're lining up for 2021. I mean, that's right now. I can't do any showcases. I can't do any concerts. I can't DJ nowhere right now besides my bedroom. But if I can plan 2021 or whenever we get out of this coronavirus situation, I should be able to come out smelling like flowers.
Be creative. Find new talents. Develop the talents that you already have. 2020 is not over. You can do so many things, be at a crib, thanks to the internet. It's because of the internet, like Childish said. Honestly, 2020 could still be the year for so many people. You just got to be creative. You got to think outside the box. Think outside your four walls and how you can get outside of it while staying in.
Facts. AiryA, you've been a great guest. Once again, I really appreciate you. Of course, they can find you at AiryA Music. Isn't that correct, on Instagram and Twitter?
Instagram, Twitter, AiryA Music. You can find me on Facebook, AiryA TV on YouTube. We got some new music videos coming up. So make sure y'all stay tuned. Thank you so much for having me, my good friend.
No problem. And you know you're a part of the Fly at Night family as well. As soon as we get done with this, I'm going to call you and talk some more business. But of course, it's Facts Podcast with your boy DJ Spyda. Of course, my host today was AiryA. And of course, you can check us out on Instagram at Fly at Night. On Twitter at Fly at Night. Of course, you can check out the podcast. It's Facts. It's ITSFAKS on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google Play, or anywhere you can get your podcasts. We are there. Of course, once again, it's your boy DJ Spyda the Don, and we out.